Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. You are all safe on board the ships and at home. The Omicron cases have, I think, started reducing, and government has started opening up things. So we hope it soon goes away and we all come back to a normal life. Coming back to the video, we have been talking about reading about the CV and the recruiting part. CV, as I mentioned earlier, is the first part of the recruiting process, and you get a lot of information from the CV which you can assess the candidate firsthand of his suitability for the ship you have tried to plan him, or his requirements about what is the kind of requirement or the job he is looking for. In this video, we will be looking at the license requirement. There are few ranks on the ship where they don't require a license, but mostly all the ranks will require some kind of a license. So it is very important to understand various licenses which are required for different seafarers and what information you can get from the CV and what all you need to check. I have also made a separate video for the licenses, what you actually need to check. So you can watch that video as well in case you have more doubts on the more clarification you require on the what you need to actually look on the CV, look on the license. Okay, here we will be talking about the CV and the license area and what all we can get the information from the licenses. Thank you so much. Let's go into the video. Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well, and let's dive into the video. This video, as I mentioned, will be covering the license requirement which you get from the CV and which are very important while looking at the CV and recruiting a seafarer for your ships. Okay, licenses, there are except few ranks. The GS is one rank who doesn't require a license. Even OS, in some of the ships or safe manning documents, you can see he is also requiring a license. And the trainees like the TMEs, junior engineers, or the cadets, these are the people who don't require a license. Otherwise, all the other ranks on the ship will require some kind of a license or qualification to be on the ship. We should understand what is the difference between license and a course. License is usually issued by the government, which gives a certificate of competency, and course is basically the training. Okay, we'll be looking at the licenses today and what all details we need to check while recruiting. License requirements. First, obviously you can see the expiry date of the national license. Okay, licenses, there will be two kinds of license. One is the national license, one is the flag state license. For example, national license is the basic license you have. Okay, it doesn't mean the nationality of the license and nationality of the seafarer should be the same. There can be difference. Like, for example, if an Indian seafarer gets a Australian license, he gets an UK license, or he gets a New Zealand license, or he gets a Singapore license, it is still his national license. National license is mainly the base license what you have. Okay, if a Ukrainian seafarer gets an Indonesian license or a Russian license or a UK license, then it is still considered a national license. Okay, so it doesn't mean the nationality of the seafarer and the nationality of the license should be the same. Okay, whatever license he has given exams, gone and studied at college and then gave the exam, is considered his national license. Okay, and there is something called the flag license. Flag license or the flag endorsement is basically the endorsement of the license by that flag state. Okay, I have also covered this in very detailed in one of my earlier videos. Please go through that videos in case of any other clarification. Okay, again, expiry date is very common and it is very prominent that it has to be checked. How long it should be valid? Again, as I mentioned, it should be contract plus 3 months or as per the company requirement. Mostly it is all contract plus 3 months. So, and how will you check the contract? that is plus what you say is the date when he is expected to join the vessel, plus the contract duration, plus 3 months. Okay, so that should be the criteria for validity of the national license. Second one, correct level of the license. Okay, he does have the license, but whether he actually fit to go for that rank. For example, if you have to put a seafarer as a chief officer, so obviously he should have a chief mate license or a master or a higher license. You can put higher license in a lower rank, but you cannot put a lower license with a higher rank. Okay, that we should be very clear. Because why we cannot put? Because this is mentioned in the safe manning document of the ship. Okay, safe manning document tells if there is a seafarer with this rank, he should have minimum this qualification and this certification or license. Okay, so this is very, very important. So please ensure he has the correct level of the license. This is given in the safe manning document of the vessel specifically. Plus the STCW convention also says this rank will have this qualification and this certification and this license requirements. Okay, so and you should be very careful on the ranks also. You know, there are some flags. For example, Panama, I can say Panama is first engineer operation level, first engineer management level. So there are two different levels also. So please ensure he is in the correct level of the license he has. If he is a chief officer, he should have a management level license. He cannot have an operation level license. Okay, chief officer, master, chief engineer, second engineer, these are all management level officers. This also I have covered in one of the previous videos. Please go through that. Okay, and junior officers or operation level, that is second officer, third officer, fourth officer, junior officer, third engineer, fourth engineer, electrical officer. These are all operation level officers. Okay. Limitations in the license. This is again very, very important. We have seen this covered. Limitations of the license is again a very, very important aspect of what you're looking at and what he can be on the ship or no, the seafarer who can be on the ship or no. Based on we have discussed this earlier on, based on the size of the vessel, the area of operation, the size of the engine, the power of the engine. These are all the criteria where it is decided whether the seafarer whom the CV you have is suitable for the vessel you have planned or not. An easy way out from the experience, you can see, but what you can see is from the sea service, you can go to the sea service and see if he has sailed on a similar vessel and foreign going or the trade, exactly the same. It should be the same trade, it should be the same area of operation, it should be the same similar size of the vessel and power of the engine. Okay, if he has sailed, then he should ideally have proper certification. This is the shortcut, but you have to be very, very careful in which rank he has sailed and all those things. As I told, if it is a NCV vessel and if he has an NCV certification, there can be a lower license who can go on a higher rank. That is a case where it is possible. So you have to be very, very careful and looking at service for getting the license correction. Otherwise, it is always better to always see the limitations in the license. For example, if he is a second engineer with 12 months experience, he can go on foreign going. If he is a second engineer license, class 2 license, foreign going more than 3000 kilowatt, he can go as a chief engineer on a smaller ship in NCV in a coastal vessel with less power. Okay, so this is also possible in the Indian regulations which they have certified. With 12 months experience he can go. So there are requirements. So please ensure this license checking is very, very important. So you check the most simple method of checking the limitation is you see the license. I have explained you how exactly page by page what you should see in the license in the earlier videos. So you can see the license, and see the vessel particulars. You compare, you keep it side by side. Okay, you keep the license details and you keep the vessel particulars. You see, like, see how you see your medical test reports you have, right? You get the medical reports and see this is the value, and they also give the right hand side, they give what is the normal values, right? It is very similar. You have the license in one side and have the vessel particulars in the other side, and check whether the power criteria is matching. Power is only for engineers. Okay, so if you are looking at an engineer, look at the power. If you are looking at the deck side, then you look at the size, okay, and area of trade. These two things you need to see: NCV or foreign going. See, for deck side there are two things: NCV or foreign going, and the size of the vessel. For an engine side, it is area of the trading and the power of the vessel. Okay, area of trading is common. Power of the vessel or size of the vessel. These two are different from deck and engine. So you have these two criteria on one side, and you have his CV on the other side. You compare whether he is matching or not. Okay, this is the very straightforward way of looking at the limitations in the license, whether you can place the seafarer on the ship or not. Okay. Next come the issued by which country. Again, this again, as I mentioned, the national COC, it actually need not be from the same nationality of the seafarer, and it can be from some other national country also. Okay, so you have to see based on the flag state. How will you? Why is it important for seeing the CV? While seeing the CV, for example, if you have some vessels, of Singapore flag or Indian flag, they don't accept flag of convenience COCs. Okay, national licenses can you had earlier cases where people are still sailing with Panama COC. Okay, there are people who are sailing with Liberians. That is the national COC. They don't have any other COC. As I mentioned, national COC is the base COC. These seafarers don't have any base COC. They have only Panama COC. Their base COC itself is Panama. Okay, recently, last for the 5-6 years, Panama has stopped issuing the new licenses. But otherwise, if you see olden seafarer, their main license itself is Panama. Okay, and like Singapore flag vessels, they don't accept Panama licenses. So it should be you should be very careful on seeing which country is issuing that national license. For example, India do accept other nationality, other COCs who have Indian nationals having other COCs, but the condition of getting an endorsement, flag endorsement for India is very tough for Indians with other national COCs, like Indian with New Zealand COCs, Indian with UK COC, Indian with Singapore COC. The government has made it so tough for getting an endorsement. They have criteria of keeping a cadet on board. A lot of other requirements are there. So you have to be very careful on looking at when you are looking at the CV. You can see, okay, this license, the national license is issued by this country, and my flag of the vessel which I am planning is this. So can I put him there, or can I put this person with this national COC on this flag of the vessel? You need to know. Okay, this is very important, and this needs to be done at the recruiting time. Okay, you cannot wait for the selection and everything. Then when they are actually applying for flag state line, then tell, oh, okay, this national license you cannot go on this. Then the whole effort is lost. Okay, so the national license is from which country? This is a very important criteria. When you are having the CV in hand, you can check it very well. Okay. Vessel type endorsements. Again, what you need to see. Licenses are part of the endorsements are part of the licenses. Okay. What is vessel type endorsement? These are the tanker endorsements. Basically, you have the bulk carrier endorsement, you have the passenger ship endorsement, but primarily we are looking at tanker endorsements, where you have what we call as the dangerous cargo endorsement. Okay, you have a tanker endorsement, you have a gas endorsement. Okay, tanker is for oil tankers, chemical tankers. You have a chemical endorsement as well. So what type of tanker, and do you have a endorsement for that type of ship? That is very important. Again, validity of it and which nationality it is there, because there are some people who have national COC in some country and the dangerous cargo is from another country. This is also possible. Okay, so you need to check which kind of endorsements they have. Flag state endorsement. Again, if you may ask why flag state endorsement. Flag state endorsement is not checked in the recruiting side. They will be applied later, but it is possible that he might hold, the seafarer whom you are recruiting is already holding a valid flag state endorsement for the flag which you are placing. Like if you have a Panama flag vessel, Liberia flag vessel, the maximum amount of the number of ships in the world flying Panama or Liberia flag vessels. So it is possible that he has already sailed in a Panama flag vessel and his endorsement is still valid. So you can save some money there, right? If you need not apply for the endorsement of that seafarer again, flag state endorsement, so you can save some money there. Why you need to do? Because again, if you apply duplicate, the flag state will say this person is already having a valid documentation. Okay, so this is again very, very important. You need to check whether the seafarer is already holding a valid flag state endorsement for the flag of the vessel where you are planning him to be on the ship. Okay, so this is also, it is very important. So you check, there will be mentioned in the, you have a portion where you have a flag state endorsement. So whether it is, if he is mentioning flag CDC, so that means he also has a flag endorsement. Flag endorsement and the flag CDC comes together. Okay, so if you see a flag CDC, that means he is holding some kind of an endorsement for the flag also. Check if the seafarer is not blacklisted for the flag. Again, this is also very, very important. There are some flags because earlier the seafarer had forged, or there was some case with the flag, there was some issue in his last ships or something. Sometimes the flag blacklists the seafarer. Okay, mostly this happens with Panama. I have personally seen where he cannot get an endorsement for that flag. So if he is an important rank, he needs a flag endorsement, and if you are not able to get a flag endorsement after all the approvals or anything, he cannot go on the ship. Okay, so this is very, very important. So to check whether if he is not blacklisted for the flag of the vessel which he is planned for. If the license was recently renewed, again, this is more of a requirement for ex-hands where we don't check. There is sometimes they give exams and then they clear, but they are going the same rank. For example, if a chief officer has given master's rank and is getting a new COC of master, okay, but he is still going as a chief officer. So if you don't ask him whether what you are cleared or you are not checking with him, you might do all the preparations, apply flag state, everything on based on the chief officer license. But after that, when you go to know, he will tell, I have a master's license, I want a master's endorsement. Okay, even though he is going on a chief officer's rank, but if he has a master's license, the flag endorsement will be of the master. Okay, it will be based on the national license. That's what we have been talking. No, always the flag endorsement is based on the base license, which is the national license. So if he has a master's license of India, if you are applying for a Panama flag endorsement, then he will get a master's Panama flag endorsement, even though he is sailing as a chief officer on board the vessel. Okay, so the chief officer license becomes null and void. You cannot tell, okay, the chief officer license is valid till 2 more years, but he has renewed his master's license, so he can still go the chief officer license. No, if the national license, if the criteria of validity of the flag endorsement is it is exactly valid for the time for the national license. If the national license expires in between, obviously the flag state license also will get expired, or it will be cancelled and not valid. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful here. You have to check with the seafarer whether he has renewed the COC. So you can check, if he's ex-hand, you can check on the CV what license he has mentioned and what license you have with your record. If both are not matching, then it's a issue. Then you have to ask him whether he has upgraded his license. GMDSS GOC for deck officers, again this can be checked, validity, whether he is having a proper endorsement for GMDSS. All these things you can check in the time of your checking the CV. This is very, very important for deck officers. You can also see, the GMDSS, there is one leeway where the flag of the vessel which you are planning to put, this is a hack. Okay, so please take it very, very with a pinch of salt. Where you can apply. So what you can do is you can go to the safe manning document, and safe manning document mentions how many officers require GMDSS. Okay, some flags say all the deck officers need GMDSS. Okay, some flag says only three officers or 2 officers excluding master. Master should any which case have, master plus 2 officers should have. Some flags say only 2 officers required, any 2 officers will be. So this is where you can use this. If the GMDSS endorsement or GMDSS GOC booklet is expiring, still you can place him on the ship if the number of officers criteria matches as per the safe manning document. Okay, again this is a hack, as I told you. Ideal situation, all the deck officers have both GMDSS GOC and the GMDSS endorsement valid for their contract plus 3 months to be on the safe side. Okay, again GMDSS endorsement I have already spoken to. GMDSS endorsement, again what is an endorsement? Again we have covered this in detail in another video. So you have to have GMDSS endorsement, which is very much required. This also has to be valid, and this has to also be valid for a period of more than 3 months or as per your company criteria above the contract period. Okay, thus completes the license requirement which you can get from the the CV. So these are the things very much required which you need to go through while you are seeing the CV. So license requirement, again as I mentioned, is a very important part of your reading your CV. So please be very careful and going through and ensure you are recruiting the correct seafarers for your vessels. Okay, we have the following websites which we are maintaining: maritimeplatform.com, seafarersclan.com, which is basically a question and answer website where you can go and ask, anybody can anonymously ask questions about the maritime industry and the maritime leaders can reply. Seafarers blog, we have written a lot of blogs which you can go through, and if you want to contribute also you can contact us. shipshorejob.com/careers, here we put out all the jobs which we have from various organizations. If they have requirement, we post them here, and our social media handles are mentioned here. Please do go through, follow, and share the links. Okay, and again as always, thank you so much for watching these videos. I'm sure you are gaining good knowledge from these videos, and please do send us requirements. You can write to maritimeplatform@gmail.com. You have any queries, or you want us to cover any specific topic, anything in the maritime industry, we can always call experts and we can cover the topic for you. So you can, if you have any requirements like that, you can always write to me at maritimeplatform@gmail.com, and we will surely cover what is the topic, and if you have any queries we can always clarify. Also in this video you can put your comments. How did you like this video? Is there any point which I missed which you can also cover? And one request is, please do share. If you like this video, please do share with all your colleagues and friends so that they can also gain the knowledge which we have done today. Okay, thank you so much. Take care, be safe, and always follow COVID appropriate behavior. We are still not completely out, and COVID is still affecting our seafarers on board and ashore. Okay, be safe, take care, have a nice day.